All right, we are going to have but a short conversation in investment analysis and portfolio management. And then from there, we are going to cross over and hold some sessions to those that take investment analysis, that take pensions and insurance management with us. We are going to hold that conversation as we prepare for some assessment. But as for now, let's do justice. Let's work with the investment analysis and portfolio management. Yeah, I am interested in speaking to one specific question of the test that you wrote. And to be very specific, I just want to speak to question number 4. Let's hold a conversation on question number 4, and then we'll be fine. Yeah, just that it's a giant question. It has 25 marks. So you know that the university doesn't just give marks, right? For you to get 25 marks, it should suggest that you're going to apply some more work, right? And the effort there. Okay, so let's just get started and look at this question. The question number is 4. Let me just confirm you can see the screen one more time and still can hear me clearly before I start reading the question for you. Is that okay? Thank you very much. Let's now get started, and we are looking at question number 4 of the test we had, and the question is reading, and I am reading in your hearing. So the question reads, the public limited company's dividends per share are expected to grow at 10% compounded rate for 5 years, and thereafter it will grow at 6%. Now, so first 5 years, 10%, then thereafter it will be 6%. 10%, then 6%. Now, in the current year, right now, D0, you're told that the 2 kwacha is the dividend per share. So the current dividend per share is just the 2 kwacha. And then the required rate of return, is 14%. What is the value of the stock? What is the value of this particular stock? So let me just give you an outline of how we are going to determine the value of the stock, so that as we'll be going through the steps, at least you are following and you know the reason why we are doing that step. So to start with, remember, we just have the dividends for the current year right now, 2 kwacha per share. But what we want to do is to project the dividends for the following years, right? Starting from year 1 through to year 5 and thereafter. So in short, the dividends are going to be growing because they're being compounded by 10%, every 5 years. So the dividends, the dividend per share shall not remain 2 kwacha. Instead, it will keep on growing at this particular rate, in our case, at 10%. So it will be changing. It will keep on changing at the rate of 10%. Then after these dividends have grown, listen carefully. After we have grown these dividends by 10%, we also need to look at the future value of all these other dividends, all right? These dividends that will come afterwards. So basically, first of all, you're finding the future values, right? These are future values of all these dividends, even those that will come after 5 years in the future, indefinitely, really. After we have found the future values of all these, the value of these, the dividend per share, we are going now to discount. We're going to, since we want the value of the stock today, and these cash flows that we are looking at, the dividends, are in the future, we're going to discount them. That is bringing them back to the present. We will find the present values of all those cash flows. So find the first cash flows, set of cash flows, and the second set of cash flows. Then we'll bring all of them back to the present. And then we shall have to consolidate the present values, and that shall be the value of the stock. Is that clear? You didn't get this one? Let me go over this again one more time. Steps are very important. If you can get the steps, then you are good. Colleagues, we are talking about a company that is giving dividends right now and at the rate of 2 kwacha per share right now. But we do know that this company is going to keep giving dividends. And according to the question does suggest that this rate shall not remain the same. The 2 kwacha, it will not really be the price. It will keep on changing and growing at the rate of 10% for the next 5 years. And afterwards, it will grow at 6%. In short, the dividend will grow, all right? So what are those cash flows? What will be the values of those dividends in year 1 from now, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, and afterwards? What will be the future value of the dividend? That's what we are trying to look at. Then afterwards, it shall be very prudent for us to discount those future cash flows, bring them back to the present so that we can find the value of the stock. How are we going to discount them? Remember, when you're finding the present value, you just say the future value discounted, right? You discount the future value. How do you discount the future value? Don't worry whether you haven't followed, but you are going to follow. So future value is discounted at the required rate of return. In our case, is 14%. So it will be discounted at this rate, 1 plus R, and our R is 14%. So that's what we are going to be doing. Any question? If I've said the steps, I think it will be easier and faster for us to work together.
So what was step 2? You said we are discounting what?
We are discounting the cash flows. These future values. First of all, we are going to determine the future values because we just have the current value now. We need the future values for the next years. Once we find those future values, we'll have again to bring them back to the present, to bring them back to today, to the current period, so that we can ascertain the value, of the stock. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's get started now. Our first assignment is to find the dividends in year 1, dividend in year 2, dividend in year 3, dividend in year 4, and dividend in year 5. Let's go on, and also dividend even in year 6. But first, let's do for the first 5 years. So we said it is growing at 10%. It shall be 2 kwacha growing at, it is being compounded. 2 kwacha growing at 10%. That will be 1.10. Someone is asking, sir, where did you find 1.10? Look, it will be the number that we are growing the dividend, D naught, multiplied by 1 plus R in decimal. The R is in decimal. So we shall say the D naught, which is our 2 kwacha, multiplied by 1 plus the 10% in decimal. 10% in decimal is 0.10. Someone is asking, how did you find the 0.10? 10% to convert it in decimal, just divide 10 divided by 100, right? 10 divided by 100, that shall give you 0.10. That's the 10%. And then you add it like that. And your D naught is 2 kwacha. You have something like this. Okay? So what is going to be your whatever in the at the end of 1 year?
2.2.
2.2. 2.20. What about in the second year? So it will be the same 2.20. Now, because in the second year, towards the end of second year, this would have grown to that, and we're growing it at 10%. So what do you find?
2.42.
Mr.
2
Elion,
point.
just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
So
Go
on
ahead.
D1, are we multiplying that 2 with 1.1, or we are dividing?
We are multiplying. We are growing. You know how we compound? Basically, we are finding the future value. Future value is found by saying present value times 1 plus R, isn't it? So in our case, our present value is this dividend, so it's D naught, like that. That's what you're doing. So we are multiplying.
All right, okay.
Okay, thank you. So let's continue, and so we shall have
Sorry, sir.
2
I
point.
have a question.
Yeah.
You said
Mm-hmm.
when we're finding the interest rate, I mean, sorry, when we are changing the 10% to decimal place, you said we divide 1 by 100. But 1 divided by 100 is 10. 10 divided by 100.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 divided by 100 is 1.1. Then 1.1
It's
plus
1.1. Hold
yes.
on. 10 divided by 100.
It's 0.1, sorry, 0.1.
Yes,
Then
0.1.
plus 1 plus the one that is in the formula.
It will be 1.10.
1.1, yes. 0 again.
Where is the issue? Where the 0 is coming from?
Yes.
Oh, all zeros after the decimal point, they are insignificant. Do you remember the significant figures? You know that topic in the, I don't know, significant figures. You remember those things in somewhere primary school? I don't know. Anyways, don't worry. Like all the zeros after a decimal point, they are insignificant. So in short, it
Okay.
doesn't matter. The answer
All
will
right.
still be the same.
The same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. We progress. What else do we get to have?
2.66.
2.66. And so we shall have 2.66 growing at 10%. What do we have for the fourth?
2.93.
2.93. Hold on. 2.93. 2.93. Everyone finding the same. Then what about in the fifth year? So we shall have 2.93 times the 10%. Let's keep these figures. We'll need them. Sorry? 3.22.
3.22.
Thank you. 3.22. Now, in the 60th year, in the 60th year, first of all, before we find the terminal value, remember, in year 60, we're going to grow this at 6% now. 3.22 multiplied by 1.06, right? Obviously, you know now where 0.6 is coming from. 6%, basically 6 divided by 100 is 0.06, and you add that, then you should find the what's this? The future value. What's the future value?
3.41.
3.41. Everyone finding the same? Just like that, 3.41. Now listen, okay? So this will be the value at the end of year what? End of year 6. However, since the 6% that we are having, it will be indefinite. You get the point. There is no limit. It will continue afterwards. Okay, it's continuing afterwards up to whatever, up to infinite. So you need to find the terminal value. Is that clear? You need to find the terminal value. In this case, we are talking about the future values of all the cash flows in that will follow after 6 years going forward. What will be their future value, like combating them together? Did you get that? So that's what we
I'm
mean by
getting a
terminal value.
different figure.
Okay, what do you find?
On 4, I'm finding 3.5.
On 4. Which one?
Yes, like the 2.66 times 1.1 to the power 3, it's giving me 3.5.
To the power 3. Which one is power 3? I'm getting lost. Which one are you raising to power 3?
On D3,
Or D3?
on D3,
2.442 times 10%. What does it give you?
I think I've mixed up the figures. I need to go through them again. Because I was using the 2.66. That's the one you found, right? To find the next one.
For D4, huh?
Yes,
Okay,
so
where are you?
2.66 times 1.1.
What do you get?
I'm saying I'm getting 3.5, so I don't know about the rest. So I just need confirmation.
So 3.22.
So we're raising it to the power what? To the power 3?
There is no power. We are not raising to any power. It's at base.
Oh, it's at base. Okay. All right. I think
We'll
that's
start,
where
we'll
the
start, we'll
mistake
start
was
raising to
then.
the powers when we start discounting. These are just future values, you understand? We're just finding the future value. You get the point? But it should still give you the same answer though. If you say 1.10 raised to the degree, which year is this? Should be third year. You should be getting something closer to the same. Anyways, I think we are fine now. Let's get to. Are we good? We get to the terminal value. Can we cross to the terminal value? Okay. Let's get to the terminal value. Please keep these, right? We'll need them. We need these, and let's get to the terminal value. How do you find the terminal value, colleague? The terminal value is easy to find, right? So the terminal value is found by saying the dividend at year 6, divided by the cost of equity, which is the return or the required rate of return minus the growth rate. That's how you find the terminal value, nothing much. So what was the dividend? Is 3.41, you said, divided by 14%, which is 0.14, minus the growth rate, which is 0.06, right? That's that.
The dividend at least is 3.41 over.
Yes, 3.41
Yes,
divided by
0.14.
minus 0.06. So what is the terminal value?
42.63.
42.6 what? 63
63.
or 63? You said. Okay.
Yes.
This is said to be the terminal value. And by terminal value, we mean the future value of all those cash flows that come after 6 years, 6 years going forward at that particular rate. So in short, our future values that we have now, we have these future values that we have found plus this one for the terminal value. So we have the future values from year 1 up to year 6 and what comes afterwards, which is just this 42.63. So according to the steps that I showed you, I said from here now to find the to find the value of the stock, what do we need? We just need the present values of these same cash flows, isn't it? We said we need, because these are now in the future. We get to we need to bring them back to the present and consolidate the present values. The final figure shall be the value of the stock. Are we good? Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's go ahead and find the present value. Is that a question? Okay. Let's go ahead and find the present values. How do you find the present values really? This is now something quite easy, right? To find the present values, how do you go about this? At the end of 1 year, just discount these. So the first one will be 2.20 discounted at the cost of equity or the required rate of return, 14%. So it will be divided by 1.14. Raised to the power 1 plus the next one, what? 2.4 what? 2.42. This is in the second year, after the second day, to be 1.14, 14% to the power 2. And you go on, this one will be to the power 3, this one to the power 4, to the power 5. Okay. Let's go ahead and deal with them. So the next one will be what? Sorry, I got interrupted. Now, you see, we have lost the, what's this? The numbers we had. Huh? We have lost the numbers. Do we still have them? We have them.
Yes, we still have them.
Okay, thank you. So let's go. If we have them, what was for the first year? 2.20, is it? At 14%.
Yes.
The second one was
2.42.
2.22 at
2.42. No,
42.
2.42.
At 14% in the second year. That is the power 2. The third year,
2.66.
2.66 at 1.14 in the third year. In the fourth year,
2.93.
2.93, 1.14 in the fourth year, plus
3.22.
3.22 divided by 1.14 to the power 5. Then year 6,
3.41.
3.41 at 1.14 to the power 6 plus the terminal value. Okay, plus the terminal value. What was the present value of the, what's this?
Are we supposed to include the
We don't include the what's this, the 60th year. We just put the terminal value. We just need to put the terminal value. So the terminal value was what? 42.6 watts. Say the 6 watts.
Should have been
Sorry.
like 42.63.
42.63.
Not
Okay,
mistaken.
divided by 1.14 and discounted after 5 years.
Sir,
Like,
sorry.
Ma, yes, go ahead.
Sorry. Just repeat when you reach year 6.
Yes. So in
Yeah.
year 6, remember, in year 6, what we need to do is to find the terminal value, right? In year 6, since this cash was this rate, it is going to continue afterwards. So we need to find the terminal value, which is basically the future value of all the cash flows that come afterwards. That is after 5 years, because we are ending at 5 years, so which means we're starting from year 6 going forward. You get the point? So the only way to do that, you need to find the future value for year 6 and then terminate it. And to find the terminal value for it, you simply say that future value for year 6, in our case, dividend 6, then the cost of equity, R minus the growth rate. When you do this, that will give you the future value. What you find is the future value of the terminal value, basically, or the future value of all those cash flows. We usually just call them the terminal values. We are good? Because we are ending on year 5, you get the point. But if the question was saying that the cash flows were going to continue up to, let's say we are ending at year 6, then the terminal value was going to be established in the 7th year. You understand, eh?
Yes, so you're saying year 6, the figure would be that 42 point something. Okay.
Now in year 6, the figure was 3 point. What's this? The dividend was 3 point what? Forward. 41. But this is not the dividend that we need, because we want everything after going forward. So this figure is just helping us to find the terminal value. So we don't report it. This is the terminal value. The 42.63 is the terminal value. You got it, eh? This
Yes,
one
sir.
was just helping us to find the terminal value. Remember, we used it to find the terminal value. Okay. All right. So now we can start discounting. We can discount these and bring them to the present. Let's find the present values of these quickly. You know, yeah. We need to meet on the other side of the conversation. Really. Add all these present values. Let's find the present values. What is the, I'll use the blue marker. What is the present value in year 1? 2.20 divided by 1.14. What do you find? What is the present value?
What is the present?
1
1 point.
1 point what? It is 1 point what?
We found 1.93, rounding it off to 3. I don't know about
1.93. Okay. In the second year, what do you find? Remember, this is 42. What do you find in the second year? Let's do it quickly. Others can even do for the terminal value. 1.86. What about the others? That third year, what do you find? I'm using a blue marker for the present values. What do you find?
1.8.
1.80. Okay. What about what's this? You say 1.80. We need 2 decimal places at least. Is it 80?
So it was giving 1.795.
Or 795. 795. Okay, so it's 80. All right. Then what about the fourth year? What is the present value? What is the present value? Hello? What's the present value in the fourth year? Are we expecting an answer from anybody? It's 1 point what?
73.
1.73.
73.
Okay. In the fifth year, what do you find?
1.67.
1.67. Then what is the terminal value? The present of the terminal value?
I found 22.14.
22.14. Everyone finding the same, yeah? And then we can add the present values. All these, the blue ones, you can add them, their present values. So the present values of D1, D2, D3 up to D5 plus the present value of the terminal value. That gives us the price of the stock or the value of the stock. What do you find? Just consolidate these blue ones, just add all of them, and then you should be fine. That's the present value. What do you find? Oh, the SI is losing patience. He asked it so fast.
At 1.13.
31.
31.14.
0.13, 0.14. Which one is that? Which one do we pick?
2.66.
This is money rounded up to only 2 decimal places. 31 point?
2.66. Well done. 1.14.
Okay. Okay, 31 point either 13, yeah, according to what we have received here. So basically, this is going to be the value of the stock. So you are going to say, therefore, the value of the stock is 31.13, like that. So that's the value of the stock. Any questions? 25 marks. Just as easy as this, no need of suffering.